My interest in this area actually began when I was a medical student, and I was asked to go and pretend I was a doctor and take a case story from a patient with Alzheimer's disease. And when I examined this lady, I came away completely perplexed. I just couldn't understand what the problem was, because she could talk to me, she could move her arms and legs, she didn't have any other problems, and yet she'd lost that essential thing that we regard as being human, namely her ability to remember and to reason. So I went down to the library and I frustrated myself again, because at the time there was simply one paragraph of text in the textbook about this disease, and that sort of needled me. There's got to be an answer to this. It's so important to humans to preserve our ability to think going on into late life. So my name's Peter St George-Hyslop. I am a clinical neurologist and internist at the Toronto Western Hospital in Toronto. I'm also a university professor at the University of Toronto, and both my clinical work and my research work are actually designed to understand the mechanisms underlying neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease and ALS, with a view that if one can understand how these diseases come about, you can then design rational, effective treatments to block or slow them down. We started out realizing that some cases were genetic, and we used cutting-edge genetic tools to identify genes that were causing these diseases. And now we've got 20 or 30 of them. For instance, there's a protein called amyloid in Alzheimer's disease, a protein called alpha-synuclein in Parkinson's disease. And now the next step is to understand how mutations in those genes cause the genes to go wrong and lead to the disease. Understanding how those genes work, and then understanding how that kills neurons is going to lead us then to some pretty specific targets to address. This particular prize, though, is rather special in that it's a Canadian prize. So I'm being now recognized by my peers in Canada. Your peers actually know you not only for the good things you do, but also for the little wrinkles in your personality and all the things that you didn't do quite as well. So to get that sort of a prize is actually very precious. A prize like this, I think, actually has two very beneficial effects. So first of all, it's personally motivating to me and my team. Importantly, though, what it also does is that it brings to the Canadian public's attention the fact that work is being done to look into these diseases and to try and find out a way to treat them. And I think it's important that the public understand, and this prize recognizes that sort of work and brings it to the public attention so that people can have a bit of hope that perhaps not now, but in the near future, something beneficial will come of this. Keep something interesting, be plural about people you talk to, interact with people, discuss ideas, etc., and have fun.